Hello everyone. So today I want to talk about how I used to want to die and why I want to live now. Now, many years ago I did want to die. Life seemed so continuously enduring. It seemed almost pathetic in the way that I had so many negative experiences and had so few good experiences that life didn't seem to contain the value that I was looking for, and I didn't even think the value existed. I didn't think that I could attain anything that would get me past the pain that I feel. And I suffered from addiction, schizophrenia, depression, terrible thorns in my side, as it were, and life seemed not worth it, not worth the effort. Every little effort that I made seemed like it just cost too much energy for such little reward, such little development. But as time progressed, I started to realize, and I'm talking about from the ages of about 14 to 18, about 4 years, life just really didn't seem worth it. I was a very sensitive child, and eventually all these things that I felt were painful kind of mounted to where I just dropped any spiritual aspirations, any aspirations of writing, any aspirations of progress in any way. And for about those 4 years, I just basically did what I wanted and took what I wanted, used, did crimes, went through a lot of pain because I didn't feel like anything really mattered, and that was the time where I wanted to die most. What brought me back to the path that I'm on is a development of a willed conscience. What do I mean by willed conscience? I mean, I decided to play a role in humanity. And it doesn't have to be a big role for anybody, especially, I mean, if you want to die and you haven't developed a personal mission, I'd highly recommend developing one, because the only way you can will yourself, with the aid of medication, of course, if you need it, and the aid of friends and family, if you have access to positive role models. The only way you can live besides that is a choice that you make within that. I will fulfill a certain mission for humanity, for everybody, not just for my family and friends, but I will shoot for the stars in how I will help people. But what I started doing about the age of 15 and how I developed into a talent for art and writing is that at the age of 15 I was like, okay, I do want to die, and I'll kill myself eventually, but I'm going to record my consciousness, my views on things, what I know, and basically my perception from my individual point. And briefly, I'll describe it. I started to research basically thought in general. I started to be curious about, why do I think this, why do I think that, the influences of my life. And as I started to research that, I started to realize how much I didn't know and how much there was out there to know. So I moved from wondering why I thought things to learning about other things, because I realized how much I didn't know just by thinking about thinking, basically. And I was like, learning and experiences in becoming a more well-rounded person and a well-rounded consciousness. That experience in and of itself is incredibly fulfilling. Just feeding on every piece of knowledge you can gather, trying to decide why you think this or that, and why people think the way that they do, and their motivations for all the actions they do. This became a purpose for living. And then I started to develop and decide, okay, how can I help people get out of their ruts? How can I help people develop their own thinking? How can I develop my own at the same time, but while helping as many people as I can? And that's how I got into writing more and more, because in recording my consciousness, because I thought I was going to kill myself, I started to actually get good at writing because there was a force behind it, the force of purpose. And that purpose shifted when I started to want to live, because I had a purpose now, trying to help people get past their problems, trying to get past my own problems, and through philosophy at first, then through spirituality. But the purpose shifted from, okay, I need to record my consciousness because it's going to be gone, to, okay, maybe I can help other people's consciousness. Maybe that can be my purpose for life. And it started to make me want to fulfill this grand purpose of helping as many people as I can with the knowledge that I started to gather, the knowledge that I'm still gathering, whether it be spiritual, philosophical, emotional, or whether it's based on disorder, whether it's based on the knowledge about schizophrenia, my experiences, sharing my experiences, or my experiences with addiction, sharing those experiences, learning about them, and trying to help people through their own addictions and their own problems with psychosis, or just regular depression that's not chemical, or definitely chemical depression, chemical imbalance in the brain. And that became a strong motivator for moving forward, a strong motivator for becoming the person that could help more people. And now, this mission, whatever mission you decide to develop that you want to help the rest of humanity through, is basically what you feel you should do. There's so many ways to help everybody, just as many ways as there are occupations in the world. So there's actually a lot of leeway. I mean, even if you're just a janitor or a baker, you can influence people's lives through your job, but also not even just through your job, but through the person that you are. You don't have to hold a status. You don't have to even really believe in what most people around you believe in, whether it be religion or politics. You can be the kind of person that inspires anybody within their own context, within their own belief system. Inspiring them has more to do with how you interact with them as a human being. And you can reach out to people in that way. And you'll find that you form more connections when your goal is to help as many people as possible. You'll find ways to do that. And if you're truly committed to it, and if you're like me, where you need to live for other people and not just yourself, then that will propel you into being effective at it, because that's what you're trying to do. That's your purpose. And there's all kinds of ways to be effective at it, as I said. But we progress in little steps. I'm not anywhere near where I need to be at. I haven't gotten my book published, which is the Code, a guide to inner understanding and perseverance. I've changed the subtitle a few times, but inner understanding and perseverance is something very related to purpose in life, how you can help other people, how we're connected, and how at the center of all true virtues there is that central chamber of love from which all virtues expand. And then that's kind of a Greek understanding, but that's the idea of virtues being different sides of a gem is a Greek idea, but it's one that I've adopted very much. And voidism being an openness to ideas. This is kind of the word existed, but I have kind of recoined it. Voidism is an openness to other people's ideas, a desire to learn more yourself, and putting people in a place where they can make decisions on what they believe based on a wide range of knowledge. It always starts with they have to be in a position medically, if they have enough food, if they're in a place where they can practice or search through the knowledge available to mankind without restrictions from the government or society or their family. And getting people to that point where they can be just as open and truly have that sense of choice and be able to initiate that sense of choice in their lives and their existence. That's what voidism is to me: an openness to ideas and an effort to help people into a place where they have the options that we have as far as their definition of reality, who they are, what the world is, what created it, if anything created it, and where we're going. How everything should operate. There's so many different topics and the sources of knowledge that can combine to give a person true freedom of choice. And them having that freedom, our openness to whatever they choose, we don't have to agree with it, but just an openness to it as long as they're not being violent. And getting them there is very important. That's what voidism is for me, and this is why I've developed this philosophy. That's the core of the philosophy. And I've written a book, The Code, a guide to inner understanding and perseverance, because perseverance is what is required to reach greater levels of understanding. But I didn't really want to talk about voidism. That's kind of where this went. But my purpose has been made clear by my attempt to gain knowledge and understand the world. And I want other people to find their purpose through understanding, through knowledge, through learning, and through a desire to help others, because there's so many possibilities even in the realm of, in the realm of compassion. And really that opens up a lot of possibilities. But I'm going to go ahead and close with my main point is that I used to want to die, but now I want to live. I want to live because I want to help other people, I want to learn more, and I want to be more effective as an individual and increase basically the choices that I can make through an increase in knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, and a sharing of that with other people, because we have to have other people to have any level of significant knowledge. We have to be able to connect with other people, and helping them is how you form bonds. But thank you very much for watching. I hope this was kind of informative about why I wanted to die and why I now want to live, and how I got there with the mission that I have now in life. But if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them down in the comment section. And if you liked this video, you thought it was interesting at all, hit that thumbs up down there, and I will see you in the future. Thank you.